in estimating the magnitude of dead load or live load means unpredictable load. Okay, so this factor accounts for uncertainty in estimating the magnitude of dead load or live load. Is it clear? So calculate design load. Design load is what? Gamma F means partial safety factor for load into working load. Clear? Second point is partial safety factor of material strength. Partial safety factor for material strength. Clear? This is denoted by gamma M material. Clear? So this factor accounts for unfavorable material property, variation in member sizes, etc. Okay. So this theory, this factor accounts for unfavorable material property because it related to the material. Okay, material property and variation in member size. Clear? Etc. And what is the design material strength is equal to ultimate strength to the what? Gamma MF. Is it clear to you or not? Clear? Okay. Now say a difference between the factor of safety which was in case of WSM and now is partial safety of factor which is in case of LSM. What is the difference between them? So heading difference between factor of safety and partial safety factor. Clear? Write down the points. First point is let's say, sorry, this is factor of safety and this is partial safety factor. Now first point this is this factor of safety for the WSM, working stress method. Clear? And this is for the limit state method. Clear? First point is clear? Okay. This factor of safety defined for both or for combining load and load material. Clear? Load material strength. Clear? And second point, in LSM it is defined individual. It is individual for load uncertainty and material strength. It is defined for individual load uncertainty latency and material load. Clear? Okay. This theory is based on experience. But this theory is based on experiment, on what? WSM and ultimate load method. Okay. Based on experiment. Clear? Experiment and observation. Observation comes from the lack coming of the WSM and ultimate load method. Okay, observation. Clear? Now I am telling you about the permissible stress. What is permissible stress? So write down concept of permissible stress. Clear? The concept is that applied load is less than equal to stress upon gamma mf, partially safety factor for material, into cross section area. Is it clear? So this is what? This is your permissible stress. Clear? Into cross section area. Is it clear? Okay. Now this permissible stress based on your yield stress and your ultimate stress. Okay. So now I will tell you about the calculation of, write down, calculation of permissible stress. Clear? So this is based on first yield stress Fy divided by gamma m, and based on ultimate stress divided by gamma mf. Okay, this is ultimate strength and this is what? Yield strength. Clear? Yield strength. Clear? So value of gamma m in case of the yield strength is what? 1.1. So constant value. And in case of the material partial safety factor, in case of ultimate strength, this is 1.25. Clear? Okay. Now permissible stress for buckling. I will not explain this all because this has to be explained chapter wise chapter. This permissible stress for buckling I will explain it to you in when I am going to start the chapter of compression member, then it will explain there. Okay, so write down permissible stress for buckling. Okay, you just write down the formula. You need to remember Fy upon 1.1. Okay, this is also depend on the yield strength. Okay, and next one is permissible stress for tension or compression. Clear? Tension and compression is it? This is also Fy upon 1.1. Okay. Okay, now permissible stress for shear. This is Fy upon 1.1 into root 3. Okay. So why it is multiplied by root 3? The very good reason, because the mild steel is a ductile material, you already know, and ductile material always fail in shear. Okay, so we need to provide the high partial safety factor. So this is multiplied by root 3. Okay, this is the reason. Write down, because इसका रीजन देखिए why it is multiplied by root 3. BECAUSE, because mild steel is a ductile material and we know ductile material always fails in shear. Clear? So we need to provide high partial safety factor for that. Clear? So I am ending this chapter. Okay, now I am going to start the next chapter. Wait, this chapter is okay. This chapter is finished. The basic of steel as construction material and design philosophy. Okay, lecture 4. Now I am going to start lecture number 5, which is connection design. Clear? Lecture 5, which is connection design. Very important chapter of steel. Must listen it carefully. Okay, connection design. So in a connection, I will tell you strength of section are much higher than applied load, but if any structure fails, it will fail at connection only. So we need to provide a better connection for a good strength of section. Okay, so this is, write down, strength of, very important point, strength of section are much higher than applied load, but if any structure fail, it will fail at connection only. Clear? So it is two types of connection. First is dynamic connection and second is static connection. Okay, first one is dynamic connection. Dynamic connection is like a bolted connection, a riveted connection. These all are the dynamic connection. And what is static connection? Static connection is welded connection. Okay, or this is brittle in nature. So these connection are fail in dynamic loading. When dynamic loading comes, or we can say alternate stress produced in a member, tension or compression in a connection,